So the trailer's basically in its final form, minus some paint. But if you want to learn more about tying down motorcycles or loading ramps, I'll put a couple links down in the description to some videos I made a few years ago. So I'll just start at the front and work my way back and tell you everything I modified on this boat trailer to make it more useful to me. So I shortened the tongue a considerable distance and remounted the coupler, remounted the chains, and I've actually got snap hooks so it doesn't come off of the hitch. I've got that jack there. I kept the winch stand because if I've got projects that don't roll well or are heavy or awkward, I can pull that pin and the whole bed tips and I can winch stuff onto it. I'm probably going to replace that rope at some point. I just kept a little snap clip here just to keep it tight so it's not flopping around and banging as I drive. Spare tire mount is welded on to the winch stand here, and it uses the same lug nuts as the trailer. Just got some wheel studs and the nuts, and it fit real nice, so that's a good spot for that. To defeat the narrow front problem here, I put a piece of real thick wall square tube here, because if you were to just strap the motorcycle straight down to the wheel chock, it's going to want to tip. So that's there. I can also carry lumber on here with this wider front, and I have a tie down point now. The wheel chock is removable, 4 bolts. It comes right out. It's Extreme Max products. I've got it adjusted for a 21-inch front wheel. It sits in there pretty nice. This will not hold the bike up on its own, but what I did is I drove into it, put the kickstand down, set the bike down, got everything in position, got my custom made fork saver in there. I believe I made a video on that too. If I did, I'll put that in the description. And cranked it down, because you really don't want to compress motorcycle forks all the way down. It'll ruin them. And then in the back here, I've got some eyelets just to tie the back end from going side to side, because even if the front's tied down, I've almost had this happen, had it fall over because the back scooted over, but I caught it in time, because that back comes over far enough, it's still going to lay over. So put that in place, make sure you don't get any wires or brake lines or anything like that when you do your bike. So always strap your ramp down. You don't want that shooting out from underneath you. What else have I modified? I put a bunch of metal under the deck. This is 3/4 inch treated plywood that I've got screwed down to the perimeter. Side marker lights, that was on there when it was a boat trailer, but the tail lights don't have a side marker on them, so I put the actual ambers on there. I moved the axle back because if you don't have enough tongue weight, what happens is the trailer starts whipping around and then starts pulling your car around. So you want more weight in front of the axle than behind it. Let's see here. I went through the hubs, greased them, packed them. I believe I've got a video for that as well. And I shortened the wiring. So that's the trailer. And in the future, on a different video, what I think I'm going to do is make a custom ramp for this that has like pins or something that just clips in. You see that on a lot of like big equipment trailers with big heavy ramps. They just fold up, or they store on the vehicle and then they clip in. So I might try doing that versus trying to figure out how to haul this around. So that's the trailer. Hope you like it. Feel free to copy it. You can get boat trailers dirt cheap. And I've probably got, $60, $70 of material in it. So yeah, it's a quick, easy project. Feel free to try it yourself.